there is something fishy about this coffee deal, like so many fishy deals that have come into this country. First of all, I would want to appreciate government if it were possible, because what I know is that no country has developed without protection of young industries. The industries need to be protected. But in this country, there is some contradiction. The contradiction is that we have people in government who have been singing every other day that we are running under a liberal market system. And so, if we are running under a liberal market system, it means that people have to be left to participate in terms of, for example, to focus on the coffee. People have to participate so that the one who has the highest price can deal with the farmers. But now here we are, a government coming up with an individual who has no background of coffee growing, who even has questionable credentials because already taxpayers' money has been given to her to build a hospital, which has not yet taken root 3 years down the road. And then the government is saying, look here, this is the person going to take over coffee, is going to process, is going to add value, and where if coffee is more than what the person likes, then he will even export the raw beans. And then the government also says it's going to make sure that priority is given to the UVCC, because that's the company that signed the agreement. Now there is the whole thing is shrouded in a lot of unclear deals. There is a lot of injustice and unfairness, because, like I said, I come from Bugisu, one of the coffee growing areas. And here we have, in Bugisu, we have Bugisu Cooperative Union. It has been struggling. It employs so many people. But the government has not come up to say, let us also give you either tax exemptions, or let's give you extended electricity, or let's pay for you an electricity bill, or let's pay for you water bills because you are employing people. But now you have UVCC coming in, taking all of these concessions. So for me, the arguments I have against it is, one, benefiting unfairly from the taxes, you know. First of all, I have pointed out that it's a contradiction about our operational economic system model of the liberal market model. That is one. Two, at this time, the country is crying about lack of money. And the people, and then we also have prices that have gone up. And people have been saying, please, government, can you reduce taxes on fuel so that maybe some of these skyrocketing prices that are a result of fuel increment can go down. The government has said we cannot. But again, here again is the same government giving tax exemptions to a person, you know. So that's again unfair to the players in the coffee sector, but to the Ugandan as a taxpayer. The number of people is going to employ 246 only, you know. And yet before COVID, before actually government interfering in the Bugisu Cooperative Union, it was employing over 500 people. Then because of the interference, the number kept on. Of course, the company, the cooperative could not sustain all those people. They went up to down to 100. But again during COVID times, the things got worse, and the number has now gone low. But here is a company, it has been given land, it has been, the government has promised to take water, to ensure there is electricity to 10 years, you know. And then it's saying, you know, you are going to employ 246 people. Against 246 is what ratio? Because the investment policy in this country about local content is that 60% should be local content. So if you are using something, maybe materials should be 60%. But even the human resource, and when we also look at human resource, which positions are they going to be? You know, so it's not just really a matter of jumping up and someone and saying, yes, we are going to have 246 against which number, you know. Mr. Museveni has refused to put his signature on the wage, the minimum wage bill. And so you have a company coming in, and then they are saying that it will be exempted from even all the employment taxes. So which means maybe even these workers are not going to benefit from NSSF of that country. Why? There is also a clause that is saying that the company will determine the price. Though they shield it and say that it will not go below the international market. Like I said, as a person from the coffee community, we know that sometimes the international price is high, but sometimes it plummets and goes low. And so for us, it is always the cooperative that has shielded the people. You know, every time the price goes down, the cooperative, because the cooperative has saved some of the profits, it then it adds onto what the farmer has sold. For example, if the price is 7,000 and it has gone from 10,000, then the cooperative union adds on the 3,000 to make sure that the farmer is around the floating from where they have been. Anyway, just to shield them from getting so low and being disadvantaged by the world market. I wish this government would give priority to existing corporations like BCU, to existing entrepreneurs like the African Coffee Story, Andrew Rugasira, and so on and so forth. Where is this person coming from, you know? So the whole thing really is that there is a lot of things unknown that are shrouded around this person, and we hope that Parliament, especially the Parliament this time, will not be looking at this in terms of NRM and opposition. We hope that Parliament can look at this as something that is going to affect the coffee growing communities and the very big population, by the way, because you have the whole of Bugisu, Sebei, you have Uganda, you have West Nile, you have Bushenyi, and so on. All those are coffee growing communities. With all the challenges that the BCU has had, you know, it is in a position to employ those people. It is in a position to always buffer the community when the prices are low. BCU has educated so many people. So I want that farmer in Bugisu to look at a time when they will be impoverished, when they will be crying to Madam, is she called the Pineti, or let me use Madam UVCC, you see? Like the way the farmers in Busoga, about what they've done to them, the coffee, the sugar growing communities, you know? They grow sugar, and then in the market, because there is only one person who buys the sugar, he determines the price, and then many times people have to just give away their sugar cane at a giveaway price. To the coffee growing communities, this is time for you now to stand up for yourselves, because no one is going to, they say that if you can't If you can't speak for yourself, then no one can speak for you, or nobody can pay you what is your worth. It is up to you to bargain. So it is up to the coffee community to say, look here, government, you don't have any coffee, you don't own any coffee plantation, to make sure that you speak on our behalf. Because there was no reason why the government would not have first consulted with the farmers to get their input into this thing. Let people be given opportunity to sell where they can get a good price for their coffee. Failure to do that, stand up for yourselves. Speak for yourselves. You are the farmers, you are the growers, you grow this coffee. First, in any case, government has pulled away. It does not even give subsidies in terms of either seed or pesticides or what. So why should it then demand that it is going to determine whom you sell your coffee to? This whole thing is a fraud. This coffee thing, UVCC, is a fraud. Somebody is being fronted just to take taxpayers' money, the way Ruboa has gone, the way the kingdom. You remember when Chogam when the country was preparing for Chogam, so many pieces of land were given away. You have this Naguru land that was given away in terms of, they were saying that they are going to build a city there. The city has never come. Now what is coming out is that, so the same people used different names and they have got. So this coffee thing also is, given what we have gone through as a country, it is a front, and we should, as Ugandans, stand up. If Parliament refuses, I think the coffee growing communities should stand up and defend themselves, because nobody now is defending them.